Hello, and welcome to Fuck, Marry, Kill. This week, we have a very special mini-episode for you, filmed right from the People's March in Washington, D.C., just a few days before Trump's inauguration. The city was a little chaotic, filled with people from both sides of the aisle. It was fucking freezing out, but still, we showed up against this oppressive administration and built community with people who believe that a better world is possible. At the end of this episode, I get to interview a personal hero of mine, Raquel Willis. Raquel is an award-winning activist and author and co-founder of Gender Liberation Movement. Her book, The Risk It Takes to Bloom, is fantastic, and the work she has done for collective liberation, especially for Black trans folks, is incredible. If you haven't heard of Raquel Willis before now, you need to check out her book. Being at the People's March and knowing what's to come was terrifying and painful. As we watch this first month of Trump's presidency unfold, it's hard to feel anything but hopelessness. If you're feeling that way, watch this episode. Hope and community are things that nobody can take away from us. I hope this episode is a reminder that you are not alone. All right, roll the tape.
I'm here at the People's March, which is 2 days before the inauguration of Trump, round 2. We are not excited about that, but we are excited to be out here with all these amazing activists and allies who are here to say that this is not the end. This is the beginning. The fight continues. The fight has continued all through the last 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, and it's going to continue. So I am here with Kim, right? Yes. And I want to ask you, what brings you out here today? Why are you marching?
I'm not going back. I'm 69 years old. I've been in this struggle. I had to break down doors when nobody would let me through. They let me through because I was the light assistant. You understand? It's time now. Women, you have to mobilize. You have to stay in the fight. Okay? You matter. We rock the world. That hand that rocks that cradle has been on the workforce and in the workforce, and we've been fighting for too long. We've taken care of everybody. It's our time now. We cannot be diminished. We cannot be denied. Understand?
I do.
I thank you guys for being here. Thank you, young women. Keep this fight going. Okay.
Thank you. We do. I mean, I'm so inspired by you. I'm so inspired to talk to you. So when you hear the words trust Black women, what does that bring up for you?
Everything. You understand? I'm 5 generations that was in one city that had race riots. You understand? Trust Black women. We rule the world. Period. Okay?
And we have 50 years between us, and here we are out here marching together. That means something. That does.
My choice. Bye-bye. My choice. We're not going back. We're not going back.
So what do you do with all this anger? How do you channel it into the movement? How do you channel it into something productive?
On my younger generation, I have a grandson that's 18 years old, and I stay positive. But I also enforce what we must do to stay relevant. Okay? I walk out here angry. I walk out here with a purpose and with determination.
That's something we're bringing in here today is that, of course, there's a lot of anger. Of course, there's sadness. But what we're bringing here today is hope and community. Because look at all these people. We have a community. We have a group of people who believe what we believe. And there is hope that something is going to be better. We're going to make it better.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. This is Saren. I am here at the People's March in Washington, D.C. And it is cold out. It is wet out. But y'all are still out here. So why? What brings you out here? Who do you march for?
I mean, like all women family, so I marched for them because they were able to, and now it shouldn't story how I'd say everyone. There's just much going on in the world for us to sit back, so I think coming out, taking a stand is the best way to do it. So
yeah, I just think really what the sign says after seeing the exit polls, they're calling much Black women actually stood up for our country. You should really trust Black women. I'm here for Black women.
Yeah, when you hear plus Black women, what comes up for you in this moment? And that's for all of you.
I mean, we should have been all along. Like, there's still people like it's not.
Yeah, when Black women been like pushed to the side and distrusted, frankly, and then we look at the polling research, like you're saying, and from the beginning, Black women have repeatedly shown up, even when nobody showed up for them. So now's the time to trust them and show up for them. When you think of your community, because right now it's all about hope community, right? Like I look around and these are the people that we're doing it for. Who is your community and what does your community need right now?
Such a good question. I honestly don't think I've thought about it that deeply, but I think it's like the women just need to be together and this, it sounds cheesy, but like stick with it. Stay together as like a community and just advocate for each other, I think is the biggest thing.
Oh, it's not cheesy. It's real. It's real. Yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't know. I would say to be seen, but like Kamala Harris had millions of votes and she still didn't make it. So I don't really know what the answer is, but I guess just show up continuously.
Yeah, I hear that. I feel that like disheartenedness, the anger, the sadness that comes up here. How do you channel all those feelings into something that's movement building, something that's organizing and is going to make our world better?
I mean, I think we're still figuring that out. I think like, especially like, I don't know, for me specifically, even when I'm in school, it's like, I'm not really sure who I'm studying for, but somebody it's going to be helpful someday. I want a world that like it's safe to be a student, it's safe to be a woman, it's safe to be alive and in public.
Yeah, I'm like, let me be clear, I don't know the answer. So I was hoping y'all had an answer. Yeah.
As for me though, one of my majors is gender studies, so I think that's a really big part of just educating yourself and then take that education to then turn it career that's actually making change.
I say gender studies too. Go ahead. Up here. I mean, it is life-changing. It really is.
I think it's important to not see the administration as the end and to keep showing up and to keep organizing like this because there's still a future for us as long as we allow there to be and think that we're going to have a future. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you talking to me. It's great talking to you.
Hello, everyone. I am here at the People's March in Washington, D.C., and we are going to play Fuck, Marry, Kill with my new friend, Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So this Fuck, Marry, Kill for you is Fuck, Marry, Kill, Donald Trump getting elected in 2016, Donald Trump getting elected in 2024, and actual poop from a butt.
Wow, okay. I would have to say fuck actual poop from a butt. And, wow. Marry Trump being elected in 2016, I guess, because I'm definitely not fucking him.
And then you're divorced now.
And we're divorced, and I've like been through all of like the trauma. So definitely kill Trump being elected in 2024 because I was not ready to be re-traumatized by everything.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good one. So who are you here with? Why are you out at this march? What brought you here?
I'm here with a couple of students. I work for a university, and I thought it was really important. I came in 2017 and showed up with my grandma, and it just was super inspiring to like get involved in not only at a national level but also in your community as well in local politics. So I just really wanted to come back here and show up again.
Especially like it's so scary that old people are fighting the same fight that they've been fighting forever, but the fact that we can be here and show up for them is so special too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just super important to show up for people who also can't show up at the march. So yeah, it's really special. And we saw one sign that said like, I'm here because I'm a grandpa, and I just thought like that was really sweet and really special. So yeah.
That is really sweet. We need to do an episode on something to do with aging because, well, my mom is actually here, and we have a conference every 2 years. It's called Let's Talk About Sex. And last time she was here, she went to a workshop called Kink and Aging. And I was like, Mom, you're going to the Kink and Aging workshop? And she came out and she was like a little terrified, but yeah. I think she learned something and she had a good time. And I feel like we need to be having more conversations about aging broadly, especially aging around sex and sexuality.
Yes, 100%. And I think, it's really cool to see like how people are more open-minded too, like as they're aging. But it's really important to, I think, talk about, sex and sexuality too as you're aging. Yeah.
So who are you here at this protest with? What brought you out here?
We're here with our family. We're siblings.
Okay, cute.
So we're here with the rest of our family, and we are here to, support the People's March. We went to the Women's March the first time around a few years ago, 2017. So we figured, hey, since it's getting big again, why not go again, right? So here we are again, and I am so happy to see like everyone out here fighting for one cause. And yes, it's really fucking cold, but like, get your keffiyeh, stay warm, right? So yeah, I'm just really happy to be here, surrounded by everybody who, it's hard not being immediately surrounded by everybody who shares their views, but when you're out protesting like this, you know how everybody else thinks and feels about the issues that are important to you. like another Jewish lesbian grandma over here. Love her. She's great. Look at that sign.
No, it's so great to get that community feeling there.
It really is, and it's so important, especially now. Like, it's so incredibly important to be surrounded by community, friends, family, people who are like-minded like you, because you can't let yourself be torn down. You have to stay strong. So I, really happy to just be here, surrounded by everybody.
And to be with your family, not a lot of people get to say that. Has your family always been politically active like that?
Yeah, so my mom actually brought us to the first march. We were kids.
I was about 7 or 8 at the first march.
So and I was 10, I think, right? So we were pretty young when we went to the first march, and you have the notebook, or is it?
Yeah, I have.
So she gave us these little notebooks and a pen and told us to go around and ask everybody what they were here to march for, and they wrote it down. And that started...
Wait, that's so cool!
That started my personal journey to being an activist and, being strong-minded and being political. I think it started my sisters too.
Yeah.
Your mom sounds like a badass.
She is, yeah.
I don't know where she went. She went somewhere, but
she's working on making abortion healthcare and accessible for everyone.
She's one of our people. That is so special. Wow, cool. So when you say that we need community, who is your community and what do you think your community needs right now?
So my community is mostly my family and my friends, because I strive to surround myself with people who are like-minded and feel the same way I do. With some healthy differences, differing in opinion. You can't let yourself be surrounded by too many like-minded people, otherwise you start to kind of become bigoted. This is a thing that happens. So what I really need in my community, with my friends, that we just really all need to start coming together more often and, going out, engaging in the community. That's really what we need to do more of, but yeah.
I saw a New Yorker article that said that people don't have enough parties anymore, and
so true, actually.
I kind of feel that. I feel like my parents used to have a bunch of parties in the neighborhoods and stuff, and now politically / post-COVID, I know that it divided our neighborhood where I grew up. It totally divided everybody, and then we stopped spending time together. And which is not to say that you should hang out with Trumpers, but it is to say that there is something really important about coming together and sharing space, even if that space is just to have a drink. You guys can't drink, but have a drink and talk about what's going on in your lives.
Yeah.
Do you have? Go ahead.
No, I totally agree with that, and I honestly miss that. Going out, hanging out at a friend's house, right?
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore.
Outside, even.
Right? Whoa! Yeah, totally. And just going out and just being with other people. I feel like a lot of people don't get that enough.
Totally. Wow, that's so cool that you guys were at the last one and you're here, and now you're full adults. You were not adults last time, so...
I'm still not an adult, but I'd like to be.
How does the experience differ? What do you remember about then versus now?
So, the location was super different in the first one. So that's the main thing that comes to mind. It's a very different location. And
I feel like I'm a lot more socially aware than I was last time. Because
me too.
One of the first signatures I have in here says I'm a trans woman working for women's rights.
I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
I didn't know what any of that was. Of course I supported it all. I just had no, I didn't know what being trans was, what being gay was, any of that. The whole alphabet mafia. But now, I look around and I see that everyone is supportive, and everyone supports me, and everyone supports the people around them.
Yeah, no, you were 7, and now you're, 14? 15?
Almost 16.
Yeah, that's a totally different world to be coming into this. So that's so cool to be able to know that, look back at those notes and be I know what that means, and I stand for that now.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have learned that had somebody not listened. I mean, you probably would have, but oh yeah, that's a tiny dog, Dennis Rodman. She's very cute.
Commercial break.
No, literally, and we will be taking a quick break now. I am here with somebody who I am so excited to be talking to. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Raquel Willis. I am an activist, a writer, and co-founder of Gender Liberation Movement. And I'm glad to be on today.
I'm so excited to have you on today. Raquel is an incredible activist and is now going to play Fuck, Marry, Kill with us. So, Raquel.
Fuck, marry, kill. Donald Trump getting elected in 2016, the first time. Donald Trump getting elected in 2024, and actual poop from a butt.
This is horrible. Okay. Kill. Okay, if we get rid of Trump getting elected in 2016, maybe the other one doesn't happen. So let's kill that one. Marry, I guess because I'm having to endure it right now anyway, we'll do the 2024.
It's a bad marriage. What's a marriage?
And then, you know what? No, let's marry the poop. And then we'll fuck 2024, the 2024 election. Yeah.
I imagine that poop is a better lover overall, so. So what advice would you have for people who are feeling overwhelmed in this moment, which is probably most people?
Yeah, my advice is to take time to rest and recharge. Find your people, check in on your people, be surrounded by your people. Find a political home if you don't have one, so that we can get organized and politically educated around collective liberation and what we're going to have to do in this moment. If you ain't got your identity documents in order and that's possible for you, do that. Get updated on vaccines and everything that you can health-wise, because we don't know what the hell RFK about to do. Those would be a few things.
I like that you had a good practical answer, too. He said, here's what you can literally do. What does a political home mean to you?
A political home is a place where you can deepen your critique on how society operates, especially in the ways that it doesn't work for everyone. It's also a place where you can learn how to harness your power. You can build skills. My political home is not that far, actually, from SisterSong headquarters, SNAPCO, Solutions Not Punishments Collaborative. And what I appreciate about my political home is that we're constantly discussing abolition, how we can build new ways of having accountability when harm happens.
I found my political home at SisterSong when I was 19, actually. That was my first Let's Talk About Sex conference. It changed my life. The reproductive justice movement became my political home that day, the day that I ended up there in New Orleans. And I really think about how it's also a safe environment to mess up and to not know everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tiny Dog is crying. Oh, it's okay, Tiny Dog. That it's a safe environment to figure it out and explore, because nobody's born knowing everything. And so being able to get the chance to learn from people who have been in this movement for longer than I have and who have more expertise than I have, that to me was the most empowering piece. Was that I came in and I thought I knew everything because I was 19, like a 19-year-old does. And then I came here and I met people and I was like, oh, I actually know nothing and I want to know more. And so that was such an important learning experience for me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. You know, I think having been in, I guess, the activist social justice game for a minute, people often are coming to me for answers or solutions, but I love to listen and learn too. I mean, it's a never-ending process for us to continue to learn about new perspectives, right? So I love that. Thank you.
So when you think about, we're really trying to focus on community and hope right now. It's not easy, you know, like anger and sadness are really at the forefront of me. And I think that getting to come to this march really changed that, you know, getting to see all these people who are out here who care about this. I'm feeling more inspired than I have in a couple of months. But what do you see as your community, and then what do you see as like ways that we can be supporting that community? What does your community need right now?
Well, I feel like my community is like bits and pieces of many different communities, right? So obviously queer and trans folks, obviously Black community, obviously feminist community, right, is important. And then I also just think about folks in the South. I'm a Southern baby. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, so I'm constantly thinking about the region, how we can continue to elevate narratives from there and the work that's happening there. But what I think my communities need right now, I think space to mourn and grieve and make sense of this kind of halt on progress for a lot of folks right now. I think also space to like, just kind of, again, recharge, because the thing is like our communities on the margins have been doing the work, right? Like when I think about these conversations about getting involved, like more than likely we know many a Black person, many a Black woman, many a Black queer trans person who is involved and has been doing the work and has been trying to get people on the bus who are just now starting to pay attention, right? So yeah, I think that space and grace is important right now, and also just safety and protection.
So my last question for you is, when you hear the words trust Black women, what really comes up for you? What do you feel?
Yeah, when I hear trust Black women, I hear trusting not just our truth, but like our histories, the stories that we carry with us, trusting the struggle of our ancestors and all the solutions that they built that inform the solutions that we make today. And I think about, all the Black women who have held me down and continue to hold me down today. I think about my grandmas, my mama, my sister, and the ways that they as Black women have really cherished and honored and supported my own journey and my womanhood as a Black trans woman. I think that's a narrative we don't hear enough about. So they constantly pour into me. I'm constantly pouring into them. I have like 5 nibblings, so I try to be a support to my siblings and raising their kids, because there are things that queer and trans people can support our cis het counterparts on. So yeah, that's what I think about when I think about trust Black women. And I think also trusting the Black women to come, right? Trusting that they deserve a future that is safer than the moment we're in right now, and one that gives them more space to dream and expand and be the people that they want to be. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your brilliance with us. It really means a lot. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.